Hey there guys, this is Richard, your host, with another marvelous video. From childhood, we were told frightening stories about vampires, creatures that feed on the blood of living beings, particularly humans. To double the fear factor, let's explore the top 3 vampire movies across all genres produced by Hollywood. Join us as we dive into the mesmerizing world of darkness and horror. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Right. Nosferatu, 1922. In the haunting silent German film Nosferatu, released in 1922, Count Orlok, a monstrous creature, rises from the dead and unleashes terror across the German town of Wisborg. A real estate agent, Thomas Hutter, unknowingly visits the Orlok's castle in Transylvania. Orlok gets obsessed with Hutter's wife, Ellen. As darkness slowly prevails, Hutter and the locals realize the horrifying truth of Orlok's identity. As a group alliance, they fight to destroy the menacing Count. In an epic battle, the group successfully decimates Orlok as the sunlight pierces his heart, uncovering the town and Ellen from his darkness and fear. Undoubtedly, Nosferatu is a masterpiece of silent horror cinema. The artistic direction by F.W. Murnau and the eerie portrayal of Count Orlok by Max Schreck create a unique sense of terror that captures the essence of fear and leaves a lasting impact on viewers. This chilling tale of vampiric horror is a must-watch for all horror cinema lovers and gothic fans. Murnau's clever use of shadows and mesmerizing cinematography sets it apart from other horror movies, making it an influential work that can still painfully bring viewers to tears and haunt their imagination.
Count? Indeed.
Dracula, 1931. In the timeless classic of 1931 Dracula, Count Dracula, portrayed by Bela Lugosi, rises from the Transylvanian castle and unleashes terror across London. The Count's servant Renfield falls under his spell, becoming his loyal minion. As Dracula preys upon innocent victims, a group of stalwart allies led by Professor Van Helsing joins forces to stop him. Armed with holy crosses and wooden stakes, the group devours the legendary vampire in an epic battle of good versus evil. In the end, Dracula meets his death as Van Helsing pierces a stake through Dracula's heart, freeing the world from his reign of darkness and sinister presence. Directed by Todd Browning, Dracula 1931 is a timeless horror classic that captivates an atmospheric and captivating journey of the immortal Count Dracula into the dark recesses of the undead. The film's gothic theme and horror touch create an immersive experience, paving the way for countless vampire tales to come. With the powerful performance by Lugosi, Dracula is a mesmerizing portrayal with both hypnotic allure and chilling menace. Therefore, it remains a must-watch for every horror and gothic fan globally, showcasing the birth of an eternal cinematic legend that continues to haunt our imagination and inspires a generation of filmmakers and viewers. Bram Stoker's Dracula, 1992. In the Carpathian Mountains of Transylvania, a mysterious Vlad Dracula, with his unquenchable thirst for blood, returns to the 19th century to find and spread his curse over an enchanted Mina Murray. Jonathan Harker, a young solicitor and beloved fiancé of Mina, sneaks into his castle unknowingly and gets entangled in darkness. To rescue his wife from the clutches of Dracula, Jonathan, with the help of astute Professor Abraham Van Helsing and his group of courageous men, successfully defeats him by the use of sun rays, thus freeing the world from his darkness and restoring hope over the shadows. Undoubtedly, Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula is a vampire and gothic movie masterpiece. Stunning visuals and captivating cinematography offer a fresh take on Bram Stoker's iconic tale. Gary Oldman's powerful performance as Vlad Dracula, ranging from seduction to horror, is truly remarkable. The outstanding performances from the ensemble cast, including Sir Anthony Hopkins, Winona Ryder, and Keanu Reeves, add to the movie's brilliance. Thanks to Coppola's creative direction, the combination of a compelling narrative and a chilling background score makes this movie a classic in the history of horror films. It's a must-watch for any movie lover and will undoubtedly leave a lasting impression. Van Helsing, 2004. The renowned monster hunter Van Helsing fearlessly dedicates his life to eradicating evil from a world overrun by supernatural creatures. Equipped with an arsenal of holy weapons and unwavering religious conviction, his mission is to hunt down the infamous vampire lord Count Dracula and end his nefarious plans of terrorizing the land. Utilizing his impressive combat skills and quick wit, Van Helsing swiftly uncovers Dracula's intentions and engages in an intense battle to defeat him. With unrelenting determination and unwavering bravery, Van Helsing emerges victorious, bringing much-needed peace to the town. Under the skilled direction of Stephen Sommers, this action-packed horror thriller seamlessly blends classic monster mythology with breathtaking special effects. Hugh Jackman's masterful portrayal of Van Helsing perfectly combines charisma and intensity, highlighting his remarkable versatility as an actor. The fast-paced narrative engages the audience thoroughly with thrilling action sequences and suspenseful moments. While the plot may sometimes be predictable, the film provides excellent entertainment. The on-screen chemistry between Jackman and Kate Beckinsale, who plays Anna Valerius, is truly remarkable. Additionally, Richard Roxburgh's performance as Count Dracula is phenomenal, making it an unforgettable portrayal. This visually stunning film is delightful despite a few minor flaws. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, 1992. In the town of Sunnydale, Buffy the Vampire Slayer follows the life of Buffy Summers, a young and enthusiastic teenager who discovers her destiny as the Chosen One. With her enhanced strength and power, she's destined to battle vampires and other supernatural creatures of the night in the town with the help of her friends, Xander and Willow, and an enigmatic watcher, Rupert Giles, thus becoming a formidable warrior. From high school life to apocalyptic events, Buffy balances her duty as the Slayer and her everyday life. Joss Whedon's creation, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, is a masterful combination of horror and inspirational storytelling. The show's lead, portrayed by Sarah Michelle Gellar, undergoes thought-provoking character development, exploring themes of empowerment and personal growth. The series' witty dialogue and engaging plotlines add a layer of cleverness and humor that enhance its appeal. As a cultural landmark, the show is celebrated for its solid feminine lead and ability to merge supernatural elements with relatable coming-of-age narratives. Fans continue to appreciate the show's timeless quality. Blade, 1998. The story revolves around Blade, Eric Brooks, a Marvel Comics character played by Wesley Snipes. Blade is a half-human and half-vampire known as the Daywalker, whose mission is to eradicate rogue vampires that threaten humanity. Along with his mentor, Whistler, Chris Christopherson, and Dr. Karen Jensen and Boucher Wright, Blade embarks on a journey to take down Deacon Frost, Stephen Dorff, a vicious vampire leader who aims to awaken an ancient vampire god and plunge humanity into darkness. This origin story is about the genre's most stylish and charismatic superhero. Stephen Norrington directed this thrilling action horror film, introducing audiences to the iconic character and kickstarted the Marvel superhero movie genre. It skillfully blends different horror, martial arts, and comic book storytelling elements to create a unique and dark atmospheric experience. Blade is considered the godfather of Marvel superhero movies due to its gritty tone and visionary take on vampires. The film's soundtrack, curated and produced by RZA, is combined with various genres to create a unique experience. The unbelievable fight choreography, practical effects, and blended music make Blade a cult favorite that has influenced superhero cinema. Vampire, 1932. Set in 1918 London during the Spanish flu pandemic, a young and gifted doctor, Dr. Jonathan Reed, faces an unexpected dilemma. Turned into a vampire unknowingly, Reed grapples with his dual identity as a director and a creature of the night while seeking a cure for the epidemic. He becomes entangled in vampire politics and secret societies while trying to maintain his humanity. The players must navigate the moral choices of feeding on innocent citizens' blood or resisting their vampiric nature to preserve their humanity. Vampire is an exceptional video game that provides players with an immersive, captivating experience. Its most significant asset lies in its ability to tell a compelling story that allows all players to shape the outcome based on their choices. The game's central theme revolves around the age-old moral dilemma of good versus evil, explored through the unique lens of a vampire tale. The game's mechanics are solid, but its primary focus remains on exploration, decision-making, and the richness of the narrative. Vampire takes players on an enthralling journey into the depths of darkness, populated by well-crafted, intriguing characters and thought-provoking themes. Kronos, 1993. Kronos is a horror movie from Mexico that follows the story of Jesus Gris, an elderly antique dealer who accidentally discovers a mysterious mechanical insect hidden inside a statue. This insect has the power to grant immortality, but also comes with a dangerous thirst for blood. Jesus becomes the insect's guardian without realizing it, and is thrown into a shadowy world where a ruthless business person will stop at nothing to get their hands on the ancient artifact. He must navigate the dark consequences of his choices while trying to protect his family from the sinister forces at play. Directed by Guillermo del Toro, The film is a thrilling and thought-provoking tale of sacrifice, temptation, and the eternal price of immortality. Kronos is a masterpiece of Guillermo del Toro's distinctive directorial style. The movie artfully blends fantasy, horror, and drama elements to create a haunting atmosphere, with Federico Lupi delivering a fantastic performance as Jesus Gris and capturing the character's complex emotions. The movie's visual aesthetics and special effects introduce an eerie atmosphere to captivate the viewers. In short, Kronos is a testament to del Toro's mastery of the genre and a movie that will surely leave viewers mesmerized.
Derek?
Afflicted, 2013. Directed by Derek Lee and Cliff Prowse. Afflicted is a found-footage horror film that talks about two best friends, Derek and Cliff, who embark on a journey around the world to document their adventures. However, their plans take a terrifying turnaround when Derek gets infected by a mysterious illness after a one-night stand. As they continue their travel, Derek's health worsens and he begins to get unknown symptoms. Cliff desperately searches for a cure. Soon, they both find out that Derek's illness is unnatural. It turns out to be a supernatural infection. With time running out, Cliff needs to do something to save his friend and uncover the dark secrets behind the affliction before it's too late. It revitalizes the found-footage genre with a thrilling and unique twist on the vampire concept. The journey adds a personal touch between the two characters, enhancing the emotional stakes. The performances by Derek and Cliff are astounding and promising. It builds tension as Derek's condition degrades, and the horror elements are well executed with practical effects. The found footage style adds authenticity to the narrative, thus making the events even more intense and terrifying. In short, it's worth the watch. Only Lovers Left Alive, 2013. The film is a romantic drama about two ancient vampires, Adam and Eve, who have been in love for centuries. Adam lives in a lonely house in Detroit, while Eve resides in the vibrant city of Tangier. Adam is a delusional musician who ponders the world's sorry state and his immortality, while Eve is a wise and introspective woman who finds beauty in existence. Their peaceful existence is disrupted when Eve's reckless sister, Ava, arrives and causes chaos. As they navigate the challenges of eternal life and relationships, they find a balance between their love for each other and their timeless existence. Directed by Jim Jarmusch, the film creates a mesmerizing and loving atmosphere with visually stunning and thought-provoking narratives that explore various themes of art and the eternal nature of existence. The chemistry between Tom Hiddleston as Adam and Tilda Swinton as Eve is undeniably beautiful, capturing the essence of love. With Jarmusch's visionary approach, the cinematography captures Tangier's contrasting landscapes and vibrant colors, making it a work of art. The film's soundtrack, with haunting tunes and romantic vibes, adds depth to its rich ambiance. Consequently, it's a reflective and thought-provoking film transcending traditional vampire narratives. Fright Night, 2011. Craig Gillespie's Fright Night is a horror comedy movie remake of a cult classic of the same name. The story revolves around Charlie Brewster, a high school student portrayed by Anton Yelchin, who discovers that his neighbor Jerry, played by Colin Farrell, is a dangerous vampire. To save his loved ones from Jerry's bloodthirsty activities, Charlie seeks help from the eccentric magician expert Peter Vincent, played by David Tennant. Together, they embark on a thrilling mission to stop Jerry. Charlie faces his fears and ultimately defeats the menacing vampire. This movie offers a compelling horror tale with a mix of humor and excitement that's sure to entertain viewers. Directed by Craig Gillespie, this remake of a cult classic offers a fresh take on the vampire genre, providing comedy, horror, and action, and it's an overall entertainment package. With the performances of Yelchin, Farrell, and Tennant, the movie is enjoyable for both fans of the genre and general audiences. The visual effects, especially during thrilling vampire confrontations, are commendable. The makeup and designs are impressive, bringing the vampires to life. Consequently, it's a highly captivating and well-executed vampire flick that satisfies your desire for scare and goosebumps. The Hunger, 1983. The movie The Hunger, directed by Tony Scott in 1983, is based on Whitley Strieber's novel of the same title. The plot revolves around Miriam Blaylock, a vampire who feeds on human blood and seduces her victims and her lover John. John begins to age rapidly, and in search of a cure, he meets Dr. Sarah Roberts, an expert in the aging process. As John's health deteriorates, Sarah falls for Miriam and ultimately discovers the truth about her immortality. The film is famous for its stylish visuals, atmospheric cinematography, and haunting background score. Scott's direction creates a dark and intense atmosphere that complements themes of desire, mortality, and eternal youth. Catherine Deneuve's portrayal of the enigmatic vampire Miriam is breathtaking. David Bowie and Susan Sarandon's performances are equally impressive. Despite mixed reviews, the movie has gained a cult following for its unique blend of horror, romance, and art house aesthetics. In conclusion, The Hunger is a visually stimulating film that every horror and gothic enthusiast should watch. "30 Days of Night", 2007. The cinematic masterpiece 30 Days of Night by David Slade draws inspiration from the eponymous comic book by Steve Niles and Ben Templesmith. The movie follows the spine-tingling story of the residents of Barrow, Alaska. This tiny remote town falls prey to a group of bloodthirsty vampires led by their influential leader, Marrow, portrayed by Danny Huston. As the vampires bring darkness upon the town, it falls upon Sheriff Eben Olsen, played by Josh Hartnett, and his wife Stella, acted by Melissa George, to protect the remaining survivors and gather their strength to withstand the vampire onslaught for 30 days with no daylight in sight. 30 Days of Night is a bone-chilling horror thriller. Thanks to David Slade's creative direction, the film effectively creates a sense of isolation and fear as the town becomes a feeding ground for vampires. Josh Hartnett delivers a powerful performance as Sheriff Eben Olsen, portraying him as a determined and resourceful leader who will do anything to protect his family and community. Melissa George's portrayal of Stella is emotionally engaging and adds depth to the story. The film's dark and gritty visuals effectively showcase the vampires as savage and ferocious creatures, emphasizing their terrifying nature. With numerous positive reviews, 30 Days of Night is praised for its realistic portrayal of the horror genre and its ability to maintain a tense atmosphere throughout the film.
Really? Go on.
Let the Right One In, 2008. Let the Right One In is a movie based on a novel by John Ajvide Lindqvist that came out in 2008. It's about a 12-year-old boy named Oscar who gets bullied at school. One day, he meets Eli, his neighbor, and the two become friends. As the story goes on, we discover Eli is a centuries-old vampire. Despite this, Oscar chooses to continue supporting and accepting her. The movie ends with a dramatic scene where Eli's caretaker, Hakan, takes his own life by exposing himself to sunlight. Oscar and Eli then embark on a new journey together, leaving their past behind. Thomas Alfredson uniquely directed the movie, making it the most stylish horror movie with a coming-of-age theme. He created a haunting and atmospheric environment, capturing the coldness and isolation of Swedish winter. Care Hedebrandt's outstanding performance showcases the vulnerability and loneliness of Oscar, and Lena Leandersson's portrayal brings a sense of mystery and otherworldliness to the character of Eli. The visual style has a muted color palette that enhances the sad tone. Overall, it's a beautifully crafted film that explores the complexities of human nature and the darkness that may lurk within us. Blade 2, 2002. Based on the Marvel Comics book of the same name, Blade 2 is a sequel to its first installment, released in 1998, which continues the adventurous journey of Blade, Eric Brooks, played by Wesley Snipes, in vampire hunting. But this time, it's more than just about vampires because we get introduced to a more significant threat, worse than vampires. The story tells of how our Daywalker joins an elite group of vampire and monster hunters called the Blood Pack to combat a breed of mutated vampires, the Reapers, who are led by their leader Jared Nomak, played by Luke Goss. The Reapers generally feed both on humans and vampires, posing a common danger to both species. It's up to the Blade and his allies, including Whistler, Chris Christopherson, and Nyssa, Leonor Varela, to stop Nomak and his Reapers from spreading their deadly virus. With the artistic and masterful direction by Guillermo del Toro, Blade 2 successfully builds upon the first film, expanding the mythology and introducing new elements to the story. What makes Blade 2 an all-time most extraordinary superhero movie is its intense action sequences and visually breathtaking fight scenes. The choreography and visual effects one-up its predecessor, creating an unforgettable experience for the audience. The cast's performance, including Luke Goss's Jared Nomak, is memorable and unique. As for Snipes' Blade, he did it again. And this time he proved you don't want to mess with the Daywalker, ever.
Do with it. You like this?
Interview with the Vampire, 1994. In Interview with the Vampire, a heart-wrenching story is told about the journey of Louis de Pointe de Lac, a plantation owner who tragically loses his family and becomes a vampire under the tutelage of Lestat de Liancourt. The film delves into the complexities of their relationship as Louis grapples with the idea of immortality and the morality of his new existence. As the decades pass, they cross paths with other immortal beings, including the eternally youthful Claudia. Throughout the film, Louis reveals the haunting world of vampires through a series of interviews with a journalist, captivating viewers with each gripping performance. Neil Jordan's adaptation of Anne Rice's novel is a stunning visual masterpiece, featuring atmospheric settings that transport audiences to the immortal realm. The performances of Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, and Kirsten Dunst are commendable, bringing to life the intricate inner lives of each character with incredible depth and nuance. Interview with the Vampire is a timeless tale that will leave audiences spellbound long after the credits roll. A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, 2014. In horror mystery films, Anna Lily Amirpour's A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night stands out as a true gem. The story takes place in the desolate town of Bad City, where the presence of a vampire known as the Girl adds an eerie and suspenseful element to the narrative. This enigmatic character roams the streets and seeks out criminals and abusers to punish for their misdeeds. However, the film isn't solely focused on the supernatural elements. The relationship between the girl and a young man named Arash is central to the story. As the two characters interact, unexpected emotions and connections arise, adding depth and complexity to the plot. The themes of loneliness and blurred lines between good and evil are woven throughout the film, making it more than just a typical vampire story. One of the most impressive aspects of the film is its visual style. The black and white cinematography is stunning and gives the movie a unique and authentic feel. Combined with a haunting score, the film creates a truly immersive experience for the audience. Amirpour's take on the vampire genre is refreshing and poetic, and the story stays with you long after the credits roll. Overall, A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night brilliantly explores darkness and redemption. It's a must-see for vampire lore and cinema fans, and it will undoubtedly leave a lasting impression on anyone who watches it.
Skeletons. I don't know. It makes...
What We Do in the Shadows, 2014. Released in 2014, What We Do in the Shadows is a mockumentary-style film that delves into the daily lives of a group of vampires who share flats in the beautiful city of Wellington, New Zealand. The central characters, Viago, Vladislav, Deacon, and Peter, are centuries old, and the movie follows their everyday struggles as they navigate their vampiric existence. From mundane household chores to facing conflicts with werewolves and encountering a potential new addition to their undead household, the film takes audiences on a hilarious and unexpected journey through the supernatural world. What sets this movie apart is its clever juxtaposition of humor and horror. The comedic timing is impeccable, the writing is intelligent, and the performances are top-notch, ensuring that viewers are kept laughing throughout. The mockumentary format adds an extra layer of brilliance, giving audiences a unique and refreshing take on vampire lore that will leave a lasting impression. The Lost Boys, 1987. Released in 1987, The Lost Boys is a horror comedy masterpiece directed by Joel Schumacher. The storyline follows two brothers, Michael and Sam, who move with their mother to the ominous town of Santa Carla, only to find themselves amidst a group of young vampires led by the charismatic David. As Michael becomes increasingly involved with David's gang, he exhibits vampiric tendencies. Sam teams up with the eccentric Frog brothers, Edgar and Alan, to save his brother from eternal damnation. The film's narrative is a perfect blend of horror, comedy, and teenage angst, with each element being skillfully woven into the storyline. What sets The Lost Boys apart from other films in the genre is its powerful performances and excellent dialogue. The cast, which includes Jason Patric, Corey Haim, and Kiefer Sutherland, delivers an outstanding performance, perfectly capturing the essence of rebellious youth and the allure of the undead. In addition to the film's stellar cast, the soundtrack is another standout feature, featuring tracks like Cry Little Sister by Jared McMahon. The soundtrack complements the film's dark and edgy tone, enhancing the viewer's experience. Overall, The Lost Boys is a must-watch for all movie buffs. It offers a unique blend of horror and comedy, with a well-crafted storyline and excellent performances that'll keep you engaged from start to finish.
I don't recognize a lot of these people. That's the IT guy?
Blood-Sucking Bastards, 2015. Blood-Sucking Bastards is a horror comedy film released in 2015 and directed by Brian James O'Connell. The film revolves around Evan Sanders, a diligent employee in an unsatisfying office job. Unexpectedly, his colleagues and superiors transform into bloodthirsty vampires, turning Evan's life upside down. Along with his ex-girlfriend Amanda and co-worker Tim, Evan embarks on a mission to prevent the vampires from taking over the company and the world. The movie uses a clever blend of workplace comedy and horror to create a unique and entertaining experience for its audience. It humorously portrays the soul-crushing nature of corporate culture and the chaos and violence of a vampire outbreak. The film captures the frustrations and monotony of office life with a touch of comedic mayhem. Ultimately, Blood-Sucking Bastards offers a fun and light-hearted take on office politics and vampire mythology, making it a must-watch for horror comedy enthusiasts.
Na, ich mit.
From Dusk Till Dawn, 1996. From Dusk Till Dawn is a 1996 action horror thriller film directed by Robert Rodriguez and written by Quentin Tarantino that tells us the story of two criminal brothers, Seth and Richie Gecko, who escape from a bank heist and wake up in the middle of a trail of bloodshed. Together, they abduct a family, the Fullers, and hijack their RV, planning to cross the Mexican border to safety. The Geckos and the Fullers seek refuge at a notorious strip club called the Titty Twister and discover that bloodthirsty vampires have established it. Ultimately, the group unites and fights for their lives against a pack of supernatural entities led by the seductive Santanico Pandemonium. Accordingly, it's a genre-blending film that completely changes the face of the horror genre from a crime thriller to a horror-filled vampire extravaganza. All this is possible due to the collaboration made by Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, thus resulting in a unique cinematic experience. The ensemble cast, George Clooney, Salma Hayek, Harvey Keitel, and Juliette Lewis, gives an impressive performance, bringing the characters to life during the chaos. The visual style of the film is distinctively exquisite and memorable. Rodriguez's direction takes the movie to a whole new level, delivering a thrilling combination of horror, crime, and action to the eyes of every cinema lover. Thirst, 2009. The South Korean horror drama film Thirst, released in 2009, tells the story of Sang-hyun, a Catholic priest who volunteers for a medical experiment to find a cure for a deadly virus. However, things turn when Sang-hyun becomes infected with a mysterious blood-sucking organism, giving him vampiric abilities and a craving for human blood. During his journey, Sang-hyun becomes involved in a passionate and forbidden affair with Tai-ju, the wife of a childhood friend. The two experience love, lust, violence, and moral dilemmas, but must face the consequences of their actions and the dark forces threatening to consume them. Director Park Chan-wook presents an emotionally complex narrative and visually stunning direction that explores themes of desire, faith, and the human condition of vampires. The chemistry between the leads is intense and extraordinary. Thirst breaks away from the traditional vampire narrative and delves into the complexities of human nature and the struggle between temptation and morality. Although the film's pacing may be slow at times, it remains a visually striking horror masterpiece. If you're a fan of vampire movies, then you're in for a treat with this comprehensive list of options. The films included here cover a range of styles, from classic tales to modern interpretations of the genre. You'll find yourself lost in a world of love, immortality, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. So, sit back, grab some popcorn, and prepare to be captivated by the mesmerizing world of vampire cinema. Vampire Academy, 2014. In the movie Vampire Academy, released in the year 2014, the story is about Rose Hathaway, a strong and rebellious part human, part vampire guardian who dedicates her life to protecting her best friend, Lissa Dragomir, a vampire princess. As they attend St. Vladimir's Academy together, they face a sudden threat from Striggor, an evil immortal vampire. As Rose diligently trains to become the Guardian while navigating the complexities of vampire politics, she develops feelings for her mentor, Dimitri, and uncovers a mysterious conspiracy threatening Lissa's life. With their strong bond tested, Rose and Lissa rely on their courage, trust, and supernatural powers for their ongoing dangerous journey ahead. Directed by Mark Waters, Vampire Academy captures the essence of Richelle Mead's famous novel, therefore successfully delivering a thrilling, action-packed vampire adventure blended with supernatural elements, high school drama, and an intense fight sequence. Performed by Zoe Deutsch, the character of Rose Hathaway shines high by bringing out her fierce warrior spirit and sassy character to life. The best part is that its story is filled with rich elements of secrets, romance, and mind-blowing twists, which keep the audience engaged throughout the movie. Despite its fast-paced plot points, the film delivers strong performances, epic action, and witty phrases, thus making it entertaining to watch. Overall, Vampire Academy offers a fresh take on the genre, being simultaneously enjoyable to fans and the general audience. I Am Legend, 2007. Dr. Robert Neville is the only survivor in a post-apocalyptic New York City, infected by a deadly virus that turned the population into nocturnal zombie-like creatures. He works tirelessly to find a cure while scavenging for supplies and hunting down the infected with his dog, Sam. He barricades himself in his vaccinated home until he encounters a woman and a child, and they embark on a perilous journey, rediscovering their humanity along the way. In the film's climactic scene, Robert sacrifices himself to give hope to the shattered world. I Am Legend, directed by Francis Lawrence and based on a critically acclaimed novel, is a gripping and haunting post-apocalyptic thriller that showcases Will Smith's versatile performance as Dr. Robert Neville. The stunning visuals and and atmospheric depictions of the post-apocalyptic world make the film incredibly engaging. The action sequences and jump scares will keep fans on the edge of their seats, while Will Smith's portrayal skillfully conveys the emotional toll of solitude, amplifying the narrative's intensity. Underworld, 2003. Underworld, a 2003 movie, depicts an ongoing war between vampires and werewolves hidden from the human world. Selene, a skilled vampire assassin and vigilante, uncovers a sinister plot that might shift the balance of power to the Lycan's favor. As Selene delves deeper into long-buried secrets, she teams up with a human named Michael, who has a unique connection to the supernatural realm. Together, they navigate a treacherous realm of betrayal and violence, determined to put an end to the centuries-long conflict. The film is a captivating story of love, tragic history, and unwavering determination, providing an awe-inspiring and atmospheric cinematic experience. Under the direction of Len Wiseman, Underworld draws viewers into a stylish, action-packed universe where vampires and werewolves engage in an epic war for dominance. Kate Beckinsale, who portrays Selene, is the heart of the Underworld series, showcasing her versatility and delivering a breathtaking performance. The film immerses viewers in a dark, gothic ambiance with stunning visuals and unstoppable action sequences. Despite the story's complexity, the film's stylish direction keeps the audience engaged throughout. In essence, Underworld is a must-see movie that leaves no stone unturned. Morbius. The much-anticipated Marvel movie Morbius, which hit theaters in 2022, follows the story of Dr. Michael Morbius, a brilliant yet tormented scientist on a dangerous quest to cure his rare ailment. After experimenting with his DNA and bat blood, Morbius inadvertently transforms into a vampire with unparalleled strength, accompanied by an insatiable desire for blood. This transformation propels him into a world of supernatural intrigue, where he must race against time to uncover the truth behind his metamorphosis and confront his inner demons. He relentlessly searches for redemption and a cure to his affliction. Regrettably, Morbius has been deemed one of the worst Marvel superhero movies ever made, unfairly relegated to the realm of B-movies. Despite featuring Oscar-winning actor Jared Leto, the film failed to gain traction at the box office due to its lack of marketing strategy. Furthermore, the storyline was subpar, failing to meet the expectations of die-hard Marvel fans and comic book enthusiasts alike. To sum it up, Morbius is a contender for the title of one of the worst Marvel movies, joining the ranks of other poorly received superhero films like Batman and Robin, 1997, Batman Forever, 1995, Superman 3, 1984, and Superman 4. 1988. Blood Rain, 2005. Blood Rain, a supernatural adventure B-horror movie, was released in 2005. The movie follows the story of Rain, played by Kristanna Loken, a half-human and half-vampire seeking revenge against her father, Kagan, played by Sir Ben Kingsley. Rain has supernatural abilities and is trained by vampire slayers to fight with agility under sunlight. As Rain navigates through a dangerous world, she joins an elite group of rebels, including vampire hunter Vladimir, played by Michael Madsen, and fierce resistance leader Katarin, played by Michelle Rodriguez, to battle Kagan's ulterior motive of conquering humanity and otherworldly creatures. Directed by Uwe Boll, Blood Rain is a thrilling saga of redemption, honor, and triumph over Rain's character, portrayed by Kristanna. Although the movie is unique and clever in redefining the genre, it suffered from poor marketing and execution strategies, making it forgettable. Despite the talented cast, including Michelle Rodriguez, Sir Ben Kingsley, and Michael Madsen, Blood Rain received poor box office reception and worse critic reviews on its storytelling, making it one of the rarest things to be talked about.
Dracula.
Dracula Untold, 2014. Dracula Untold, a 2014 film, is an origin story of the character Dracula. Instead of following Bram Stoker's novel, the movie portrays Dracula as the monster form of Vlad III the Impaler Dracula, played by Luke Evans. The plot revolves around Vlad's attempt to protect his family from the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire, who demands the sacrifice of thousands of boys, including Vlad's son, for his army. To achieve this goal, Vlad strikes a deal with a mysterious vampire, played by Charles Dance, to gain incredible powers and immortality. Although the film is not entirely faithful to its source material, it still offers an engaging tale that delves into the character's origin. Luke Evans' outstanding portrayal of Dracula and the talented ensemble cast deserve recognition. Despite some criticism, the movie is still worth watching for its gripping storyline. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, 2003. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is a gripping film that allows the journey of an exceptional group of warriors led by the legendary Alan Quatermain, portrayed by the talented Sean Connery. Their mission is to protect humanity from the malevolent plots of a fanatic mastermind named Phantom. The group comprises of Captain Nemo, portrayed by the accomplished Naseeruddin Shah, and Dr. Jekyll Mr. Hyde, portrayed by the skilled Jason Fleming. Together, they employ their state-of-the-art weapons and unparalleled combat skills to thwart Phantom's catastrophic scheme. As they embark on their perilous journey, they transform into true heroes by saving the world from destruction. Based on the best-selling graphic novel by the acclaimed writer Alan Moore and directed by Stephen Norrington, the film incorporates a unique blend of steampunk aesthetics and action-packed sequences, resulting in a visually stunning cinematic experience. The plot is fast-paced and engaging, although some of the characters' backstories are left out. Nevertheless, it's an enjoyable treat for fans of adventure and classic literature alike.
Most, I am Dracula.
Renfield, 2023. The movie Renfield, released in 2013, tells a haunting story about the tormented life of a man named Roderick Renfield. He's trapped inside a cruel asylum and subjected to the twisted experiments of a cunning doctor who aims to unravel the secrets of the human psyche. As Renfield's sanity deteriorates, he experiences disturbing visions and an unquenchable thirst for blood. Is he under the influence of supernatural forces, or is he just a pawn in a sinister experiment? In this blurred reality, Renfield must confront his inner demons, uncover the truth, and reclaim his identity before it's too late. The movie is a gripping psychological horror that takes the audience on a nightmarish journey into madness. It perfectly captures the eerie atmosphere of the asylum, with outstanding performances that bring the character to life. The cinematography adds to the sense of death and horror, creating an unforgettable and thought-provoking experience. Renfield is a must-watch for anyone who enjoys a good scare and a deep exploration of the human mind. Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, 2012. The 2014 film Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter is a unique take on the life and legacy of one of America's most revered leaders. The movie offers a fresh perspective on the story of Abraham Lincoln, portraying him as a young boy who discovers a hidden world of vampires which is responsible for his mother's death. Fueled by a deep desire for revenge, Lincoln embarks on a journey to become a skilled vampire hunter while also pursuing his political career. Armed with his iconic axe, Lincoln takes on a horde of bloodsuckers, leaving an indelible mark on both American history and the supernatural realm. What makes Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter stand out from other vampire movies is its thought-provoking and exciting storyline. The film raises intriguing questions about what the 16th President of the United States has to do with the world of vampires and how his unique skills and abilities can be used to fight against these supernatural creatures. While the film takes some liberties with the historical character of Abraham Lincoln, it remains entertaining and action-packed, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats from start to finish. Overall, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter is a B-movie that has secured its place in the annals of cinematic history as an unanswered classic. With its unique blend of horror, action, and political intrigue, it's a movie that is sure to keep audiences engaged and entertained for years to come. Striggor, 2009. Striggor is a bone-chilling tale that transports its viewers to a remote village plagued by a sinister curse. The darkness that once lay dormant awakens, unleashing an evil presence that transforms innocent villagers into bloodthirsty creatures known as Striggor. In the midst of the chaos, a young man named Alex returns to his hometown to uncover a sinister secret connected to his family's past. With the Striggor's powers rapidly spreading, Alex must muster all his courage and confront his ancestral legacy to become the savior of his village. As the battle against darkness intensifies, Alex summons wisdom and bravery to eradicate the nightmarish Striggor and bring peace to the damaged town. This film presents a captivating and atmospheric horror story that effectively builds a sense of fear and unease. The storytelling is masterful, drawing viewers into a world of supernatural danger and dark secrets. It's a chilling and suspenseful exploration of ancient folklore and the fight against evil that will leave audiences on the edge of their seats.
Welcome. Welcome to the Cirque du Freak.
Cirque du Freak, The Vampire's Assistant, 2009. The intriguing film Cirque du Freak, The Vampire's Assistant, narrates the enthralling tale of a young lad named Darren Starr, who stumbles upon a perplexing circus and encounters a vampire named Lawton Crepsley. Lawton generously bestows the gift of immortality upon Darren, plunging him into a perilous journey filled with alliances, supernatural happenings, and danger at every turn. As he traverses this path, Darren uncovers a secret war raging between rival vampire factions and must grapple with his own identity while making decisions that will significantly impact his future and the lives of those dear to him. The cinematic adaptation of Darren Shan's book series is a breathtaking masterpiece that's both darkly entertaining and visually stunning. The film expertly blends humor and darkness, making it appealing to fans of the supernatural genre, both young and old. It takes the audience on a thrilling journey through a world where vampires and ghouls coexist, immersing them in a world that is both fascinating and alluring. This movie is sure to leave viewers amazed and hungry for more.
Is the limit. And why Ransom?
Day Shift 2022. The interactive game Day Shift 2022 presents an intriguing adventure set in a dystopian future. The plot unfolds in a world ruled by corporations and advanced technology that's on the brink of collapse. Players take on the role of the protagonist, Alex, and must navigate through a web of conspiracy, making decisions that have significant consequences for the fate of the city and its inhabitants. The multi-layered narrative is filled with suspense, unexpected twists, and thought-provoking themes, providing players with an unforgettable experience. Day Shift 2022 is an expertly crafted game that seamlessly blends storytelling with immersive gameplay. The game transports players to a richly detailed dystopian world that's both captivating and dark. The attention to detail in the graphics brings the setting to life, making the experience even more engaging. The game's strength lies in its storytelling, delivering a thought-provoking narrative that explores themes such as power, resistance, and the consequences of choice. Day Shift 2022 is a must-play for fans of interactive storytelling who are seeking an unforgettable gaming experience. Gok, Body Snatcher from Hell, 1968. The movie Gok, Body Snatcher from Hell is a thrilling sci-fi horror film that takes place on a commercial airliner headed for Japan. When the plane is engulfed in a strange red fog and crashes into a desolate wilderness, the surviving passengers realize that an extraterrestrial creature is among them. The alien infects and takes over individuals to carry out its sinister plans, causing fear and paranoia among the group. The passengers must unite to fight the alien threat and find a way to escape its grasp. The movie explores themes of humanity, monstrosity, and survival against an otherworldly force. Gok, Body Snatcher from Hell is a lesser-known but captivating Japanese film that offers a chilling sci-fi horror experience. The movie, released in 1968, has a unique and eerie story that sets it apart from others in the genre. The black and white cinematography adds to the film's creepy ambiance and captures the stark terror of the situation. The movie delves into themes of paranoia, identity, and human frailty when faced with the unknown. Although some performances may be exaggerated, they effectively convey the characters' desperation and vulnerability as they confront their impending doom. Overall, it's a must-watch for every viewer. Vampire Suck 2010. If you're a fan of the Twilight series, you should definitely check out Vampire Suck. This hilarious parody movie follows Becca Crane, a teenage girl who moves to Sporks, a small town inhabited by vampires and werewolves. As Becca navigates the romantic advances of moody vampire Edward Sullen and muscular werewolf Jacob White, the movie pokes fun at the melodramatic romance and supernatural elements found in the original series. Through exaggerated and satirical events, Vampire Suck manages to bring humor to the cliches and tropes commonly found in the vampire genre. Don't miss out on this entertaining and light-hearted take on the popular story. The film Vampire Suck disappoints its viewers with its subpar approach to parodying the popular Twilight franchise. Despite its potential for comedic gold, the movie falls short in delivering clever satire or humorous wit. Instead, it heavily relies on overused gags and juvenile jokes that quickly lose their appeal. The film also lacks a cohesive storyline, feeling more like a collection of unconnected skits, with no clever or inventive comedic moments to be found. Overall, the movie fails to live up to its potential and leaves audiences unsatisfied. Dark Shadows 2012. The film Dark Shadows follows the story of Barnabas Collins, a vampire who awakens from a 200-year-long slumber to find himself in the unfamiliar world of the 1970s. He returns to his ancestral home, Collinwood Manor, where he must navigate the peculiar Collins family and battle against his foes and otherworldly abilities. Barnabas endeavors to restore his family's wealth and break a centuries-old curse, but he becomes entangled in a complex web of romance, disloyalty, and concealed truths that could jeopardize everything he holds dear. As a fan of the 1960s television series Dark Shadows, I must say that the movie adaptation left me feeling disappointed. Despite having an impressive cast and visually stunning production design, the film failed to deliver as a gothic comedy. The blending of horror and comedy felt disjointed, resulting in a campy and unimpressive movie. While Johnny Depp's portrayal of Barnabas Collins was commendable, the plot lacked focus and would have benefited from exploring the complexities of the characters more deeply. The film attempted to juggle multiple storylines but failed to develop any of them fully, ultimately leaving the audience unsatisfied. Taint Light, 2009. Taint Light is a satirical film that parodies the popular Twilight saga. The plot revolves around the character of Bella, a young woman who is sexually frustrated and seeks love with Edward Cullen, a vampire with an insatiable sexual appetite. The movie aims to capitalize on the romantic and erotic themes of the original series, but in an exaggerated and often vulgar manner. However, despite the filmmaker's intentions to create a humorous parody, Taint Light ultimately falls short. The movie relies heavily on offensive and indecent material, including crude sexual jokes and shock value, which detracts from its overall quality. For viewers seeking a quality comedy or a critical analysis of the original series, the film fails to deliver a memorable or worthwhile experience. The Invitation, 2022. The film The Invitation follows the story of Will, who attends a dinner party hosted by his ex-wife, Eden, and her new husband. As the night progresses, Will becomes increasingly suspicious of their intentions and the strange behavior of their guests. His mind is haunted by the tragic loss of their son, and he begins to unravel the sinister secrets lurking beneath the surface. This masterful psychological thriller gradually builds tension, balancing an eerie atmosphere with psychological depth that keeps the viewer on edge. The lead actor's performance is nothing short of riveting, capturing the turmoil of a man thrust into a nightmarish situation. Visually, the film is atmospheric and haunting, with meticulous attention to detail enhancing the sense of unease. The deliberate pacing keeps viewers engaged, culminating in a shocking finale that will leave them breathless. The Invitation is without a doubt a must-watch for genre fans, offering a compelling story, exceptional performances, and an unforgettable cinematic experience that will stay with you long after the credits roll. A Return to Salems Lot, 1987. The film A Return to Salems Lot disappoints with its lackluster delivery of a potentially captivating tale. Despite the talented cast and intriguing premise, the sequel fails to meet the expectations set by the original 1979 film. The story relies heavily on cliched vampire tropes that fail to captivate the audience, and the pacing is inconsistent with drawn-out scenes that stall momentum. The underdeveloped and forgettable characters, combined with uninspiring performances, fail to evoke any emotional investment from the audience. Furthermore, the visuals of the film lack the haunting quality of the original, with subpar special effects and makeup work that falls short of modern cinema standards. The production values of the film feel cheap and underwhelming, failing to create a sense of immersion that's essential for a successful horror movie. Ultimately, fans of the original film may be disappointed by the lack of creativity and originality in the sequel, while newcomers to the franchise may struggle to find any reason to invest in the story. Blood Ransom. In the thrilling novel Blood Ransom, readers are taken on a journey through the dangerous underworld of a crime-infested city. The main character, Sarah, is caught up in a web of deception and violence after witnessing a murder committed by a notorious gang. In order to stay safe, she's forced to go into hiding and discovers a secret that could bring down the criminal organization. However, navigating through the treacherous landscape of double crosses and unexpected alliances is no easy feat, especially with her own past coming back to haunt her. With time quickly running out, Sarah must face her fears and make tough decisions in order to solve the mystery and bring justice to the city. The movie Blood Ransom is an exciting thriller that will keep you engaged throughout. It showcases impressive tension-building skills and thrilling action sequences. The plot is well crafted, with surprising twists and turns that will keep you guessing. The lead actress delivers an outstanding performance, portraying her character's vulnerability and strength with equal conviction. The way the film is shot and directed helps create a gritty atmosphere that fully immerses you in the dark and dangerous world of the crime-ridden city. The film's shots and direction have the ability to establish a raw and intense ambiance, transporting you into a treacherous and corrupt metropolis. If you're a fan of thrilling movies, Blood Ransom is a must-see. The Twins Effect, 2003. The Twins Effect is an action-packed fantasy adventure set in modern-day Hong Kong. The story revolves around Reeve and Helen, siblings who hunt vampires as part of an elite organization. When they encounter Gypsy, a powerful vampire prince, they become embroiled in a dangerous conflict between humans and vampires. As the siblings discover a scheme to unleash a deadly vampire army, they must use their supernatural abilities to save the city and protect their loved ones. Along the way, they encounter a diverse cast of characters, face formidable foes, and embark on a thrilling journey filled with martial arts, magic, and breathtaking stunts. With both humans and vampires in peril, Reeve, Helen, and their allies must confront their inner demons and unite to prevent a catastrophe. The Twins Effect is a fantastic film that combines martial arts, fantasy, and comedy in a visually stunning and action-packed way. It offers a unique twist on the vampire genre, making it fresh and entertaining. The lead actors' dynamic performances and sibling chemistry bring depth and likability to the characters. While the plot may feel predictable at times, the film makes up for it with its energetic pacing and entertaining set pieces. The cinematography beautifully captures the essence of Hong Kong, adding to the film's appeal. For martial arts, fantasy, and vampire-themed movie fans, The Twins Effect is a must-watch. It balances thrilling action, light-hearted humor, and engaging characters, making it a valuable addition to the genre. The Breed, 2001. The Breed is a chilling horror movie about a group of friends who go on a remote island vacation. However, things take a dark turn when they realize that the island is overrun by a pack of genetically modified and highly aggressive dogs. As they become trapped and hunted by the ferocious animals, the friends must fight for their lives and devise a plan to escape the island. As the situation becomes more tense and their trust is put to the test, they soon come to the realization that there may be a sinister force behind the creation of these dangerous creatures. In a race against time to survive, the group must use their wits and resourcefulness to outsmart the pack and uncover the truth about this terrifying breed. Looking for a horror flick that'll keep you on the edge of your seat? Look no further than The Breed. This suspenseful movie follows a group of friends as they're hunted on a remote island, with genetically altered dogs adding a unique twist to the survival horror genre. You'll be on the edge of your seat during the well-executed suspense sequences and intense chase scenes, with practical effects and dog training adding a visceral quality. While the storyline may not be groundbreaking, The Breed provides a thrilling and entertaining horror experience, mixing tension, jump scares, and gripping action. Against the Dark, 2009. Against the Dark is an exciting action horror movie set in a post-apocalyptic world devastated by a lethal viral outbreak. The infected population has transformed into dangerous creatures, and a group of skilled soldiers called Hunters have taken on the daunting task of clearing out infected areas and rescuing survivors. Led by Tao, a resilient and experienced warrior, the Hunters navigate through perilous and obscure environments filled with lurking dangers. However, their latest mission takes an unforeseen turn when they discover a group of survivors trapped in a hospital, overrun by the infected. Tao and his team must act fast to save the survivors and find a way to escape the relentless onslaught of the infected before succumbing to the darkness. Against the Dark is a thrilling post-apocalyptic film that combines horror and action elements. The fight scenes are well choreographed, and the practical effects on the infected creatures are visually striking. While the plot may not be groundbreaking, the intense action and suspense make it a satisfying watch for fans of the genre. Overall, it's an engaging film that delivers on its promises of high-stakes survival scenarios in a world overrun by darkness and infected creatures. 30 Days of Night, Dark Days, 2010. The film 30 Days of Night, Dark Days depicts Stella's quest for vengeance against the vampires who perpetrated a gruesome slaughter in the town of Barrow, Alaska. To achieve her goal, she embarks on a journey to Los Angeles, where she seeks out a band of skilled vampire hunters. With their help, Stella sets out to confront the powerful vampire queen and her coven. However, the odds seem to be stacked against them, and the intrepid team must rely on their cunning, resourcefulness, and unwavering determination to survive the night and vanquish the malevolent forces threatening their lives. The movie 30 Days of Night, Dark Days is a horror sequel that expands on the vampire mythology from the first film. It has a similar dark and gritty tone and introduces new characters and settings. The movie's visual style is consistent with the original, using striking cinematography to emphasize the contrast between light and dark. The action scenes are well done and provide excitement with vampire fighting and intense confrontations. While there isn't much character development, the story moves quickly and focuses on revenge and survival. The character Stella, played by Keely Sanchez, is a determined and strong anchor for the narrative. 30 Days of Night, Dark Days explores the consequences of the vampire threat beyond the town of Barrow and provides a new, intriguing lore expansion for horror fans. Overall, it's a satisfying sequel with suspense, action, and vampire lore that's worth watching for fans of the franchise and vampire-themed horror. Fright Night, 1985. In the horror comedy classic Fright Night, Charlie Brewster, a teenager, discovers that his new neighbor, Jerry Dandridge, is a vampire. Convincing his friends and family about Jerry's true nature proves to be a challenge for Charlie, but with the help of Peter Vincent, a former actor who played vampire hunters in movies, he sets out to expose the truth. As Charlie becomes more involved with the world of vampires, Jerry starts targeting those closest to him, making it a dangerous game of cat and mouse. Charlie must find the courage to confront Jerry and save his loved ones from becoming prey. With Peter Vincent's assistance, Charlie learns the value of bravery and the power of believing in the supernatural as the danger intensifies. If you're a fan of horror comedy and vampire movies, then Fright Night is a must-see classic from 1985. It cleverly pays homage to vampire lore while also providing plenty of scares and laughs. The movie features impressive performances, stunning visuals, and practical effects that add to its overall appeal. Blood Red Sky, 2021. Blood Red Sky is a horror action movie that follows Nadja, a woman with a mysterious illness, and her son, Elias, as they board a transatlantic flight. Unfortunately, the flight takes a dark turn when a group of terrorists hijacks the plane. However, the hijackers are unaware of Nadja's true identity. She's a vampire. As the situation on the plane becomes more dangerous, Nadja must decide whether to use her supernatural abilities to protect her son and fellow passengers by fighting back against the terrorists. The plane turns into a battleground as Nadja's true nature is revealed, leading to an intense showdown between vampires and terrorists at 30,000 feet. If you're a fan of horror and action, you'll love Blood Red Sky. This innovative vampire film combines both genres, creating a unique and thrilling viewing experience. The movie's tense atmosphere is excellently crafted, utilizing the confined setting of an airplane to great effect. The standout performances of the cast, especially Perry Baumeister as Nadja, add depth and emotion to the story. The action sequences are well executed, balancing hand-to-hand combat and supernatural abilities. The film's production values, including polished cinematography and effective visual effects, enhance the dark and intense atmosphere. Although the movie occasionally relies on familiar genre tropes, its fresh premise and well-executed action sequences make it a must-watch. Blood Red Sky is a standout vampire thriller that pushes the boundaries of the genre, delivering a suspenseful and exhilarating viewing experience. Living Among Us, 2018. Living Among Us is a truly innovative horror movie that breathes new life into the classic vampire genre. The film's unique found footage approach gives the audience an unparalleled sense of immersion, allowing them to feel truly connected to the story. The talented cast delivers truly exceptional performances, with the vampire family in particular striking a perfect balance between their charming veneer and their underlying menace. As the movie gradually reveals the dark secrets of the vampire community, it masterfully builds tension, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats. The combination of documentary-style interviews and heart-pounding action sequences makes for a thrilling and captivating viewing experience that's sure to leave you on the edge of your seat. If you happen to be someone who relishes supernatural thrillers, then Living Among Us is a cinematic masterpiece that you can't afford to miss. This horror flick tastefully blends together the found footage and vampire genres, resulting in a unique and fresh perspective that's sure to leave you in awe. The movie is intense, suspenseful, and intellectually stimulating, offering you a perfect dose of chills and entertainment. So, go ahead and give it a watch, and get ready to be mesmerized by the sheer brilliance of this cinematic gem. Bordello of Blood, 1996. The movie Bordello of Blood is an intriguing blend of horror and comedy that follows the story of Rafe Gutman, a private investigator, as he embarks on a mission to find his client's missing brother. However, his investigation takes an unexpected turn as he uncovers a vampire brothel hidden within a funeral home. The brothel is under the control of Lilith, a seductive and dangerous vampire queen who preys on unsuspecting victims. As Rafe delves deeper into the underground world of the brothel, he's confronted with blood, desire, and supernatural terrors. To put a stop to Lilith and her vampire minions' evil plans, Rafe teams up with a witty televangelist and a skilled vampire-slaying femme fatale. In my opinion, it's a horror comedy that's definitely worth a watch. The film has a fun, gory tone and doesn't take itself too seriously, which is what makes it so enjoyable. The performances are exaggerated, the twists are crazy, and the dialogue is cheesy, all of which give the movie a unique charm. The humor is delivered through dark jokes and one-liners, which makes it a light and amusing experience for viewers. Additionally, the makeup and special effects are really well done, especially when it comes to the vampire characters. The movie doesn't hold back on the blood and gore, which is sure to satisfy fans of the genre. Overall, while it may not be a masterpiece, Bordello of Blood is a guilty pleasure flick that blends humor, horror, and vampire lore in a really entertaining way, delivering on the promise of providing entertaining and outrageous moments. Vampire in Brooklyn, 1995. Vampire in Brooklyn is a movie that mixes horror and comedy. The story is about Maximilian, the last vampire of a Caribbean family. He goes to Brooklyn in search of a half-vampire lady to keep his bloodline going. Maximilian pretends to be a charming and mysterious man to hide his true identity. Detective Rita Vida is a tough police officer, She gets involved in Maximilian's plans when her partner dies mysteriously. Rita investigates the strange events and becomes attracted to Maximilian without realizing that he's a vampire. Maximilian needs a partner to continue his legacy and is determined to make Rita embrace her vampiric side. However, Rita resists his influence and their relationship becomes a battle of wills. The movie is a thrilling and funny adventure that takes place in Brooklyn. Maximilian's real intentions are revealed and a final confrontation between good and evil takes place. Vampire in Brooklyn is a horror comedy with Eddie Murphy showcasing his acting range. Murphy's humor and charm give a new spin on the vampire genre. The movie explores themes of love, identity, and good versus evil. The chemistry between Murphy and Angela Bassett's character adds depth to the story. The impressive visual effects and gothic atmosphere make for an entertaining experience for fans of Murphy's comedic style and vampire movies. The Last Man on Earth, 1964. The Last Man on Earth is a thought-provoking post-apocalyptic film that revolves around the life of Dr. Robert Morgan, who's the sole survivor of a catastrophic global epidemic that transformed the population into bloodthirsty vampires. The protagonist spends his days scavenging for essential supplies while combating the vampire horde that has taken over the world. As the sun begins to set, Morgan retreats to his hideout, cautious not to attract any unwanted attention. One fateful day, he encounters Ruth, another survivor who claims to possess immunity to the virus. However, their motives and interests clash, as Morgan intends to find a cure, while Ruth has other priorities. This thrilling narrative explores the struggle for survival in a world where hope seems bleak and the odds are stacked against humanity. The Last Man on Earth is a remarkable movie that portrays the struggles of survival in a post-apocalyptic world. Vincent Price delivers an exceptional portrayal of Dr. Robert Morgan, a man determined to survive despite the isolation he experiences. The film delves into themes of loneliness and grief, highlighting the pain of living in a world devoid of human connection. The visuals and atmosphere of the movie are both eerie and captivating, making it a classic must-watch for fans of atmospheric horror. Dracula 2 Ascension, 2003. Dracula 2 Ascension is an enthralling horror film that immerses its viewers in the tale of a group of medical students who, unbeknownst to them, awaken the legendary vampire Dracula. The movie masterfully depicts the students' daunting journey as they face their deepest fears and employ their intellect to outsmart the menacing threat and put an end to his reign of terror. It's a riveting battle of wits that requires only the bravest and most skilled individuals to emerge victorious. With its intricately woven plot and spine-tingling suspense, Dracula 2 Ascension is an absolute must-see for all horror enthusiasts. The much-anticipated revival of the legendary vampire in Dracula 2 Ascension unfortunately falls short of expectations. The script fails to impress with its lack of originality and creativity, and the plot appears to be a shallow imitation of the genre without any fresh takes on it. The characters are not fully developed, leaving the audience unengaged and uninterested in their fate. Moreover, the production values are visibly compromised due to a low budget, which detracts from the overall viewing experience. While there are a few fleeting moments of atmospheric suspense and instances of gore, the pacing of the film is sluggish, rendering it a forgettable addition to the Dracula film franchise. Immortally Yours, 2009. Immortally Yours is a captivating supernatural romance movie that narrates the tale of Sonia, a stunning vampire princess who's been cursed to live forever. After spending centuries in solitude, Sonia meets Victor, a gifted artist who's been through a lot of tragedy in his life. As Victor and Sonia's fates cross paths, they develop a deep and forbidden love that challenges the boundaries between their distinct worlds. However, their relationship is not without challenges, including a vampire hunter who wants to destroy Sonia and a rival vampire clan that seeks to exploit her powers. Victor and Sonia embark on a dangerous journey to protect their love and unravel the mysteries of Sonia's immortality. Along the way, they confront their inner demons and learn about the true meaning of sacrifice and unwavering devotion. The movie blends romance, action, and supernatural fantasy, drawing viewers into a world of dark passion and everlasting love. In my opinion, Immortally Yours can be considered a classic vampire romance movie due to the great performances delivered by the lead actors. However, I must admit that the plot was quite predictable and lacked originality. Additionally, the pacing of the movie wasn't consistent, which affected the overall impact of the film. While the visual effects and production values were undoubtedly impressive, they didn't quite leave a lasting impression on me or a broader audience. It's possible that the movie may appeal to hardcore fans of the genre, but it may not be the best choice for those seeking a fresh take on the vampire romance subgenre. Billy the Kid vs. Dracula, 1966. If you're looking for a movie that'll give you a unique viewing experience, Billy the Kid vs. Dracula is definitely worth checking out. This film is a mashup of two popular genres, Western and horror, and it has a campy style that adds to its charm. One of the highlights of the movie is John Carradine's portrayal of Count Dracula, which brings an old-school horror feel to the film. Although the movie leans toward comedy, it still manages to offer plenty of thrills and chills for fans of both cult classics and genre mashups. All in all, Billy the Kid vs. Dracula is a fun and enjoyable movie that's sure to entertain viewers who are looking for something a little different. Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter 2001. Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter is a horror comedy that takes a fresh and unconventional approach to vampires and religion. The film follows Jesus Christ's return to modern-day Ottawa, Canada, where he fearlessly defends the lesbian community against a group of bloodsuckers. Jesus teams up with the formidable Mary Magnum to battle the vampires and rescue those in peril. His divine powers and martial arts skills make for exhilarating fight scenes that leave audiences on the edge of their seats. Along the way, they encounter intriguing characters like a vampire hunting nun and a mad scientist. The movie masterfully combines humor, satire, and religious themes to create an unparalleled viewing experience. As Jesus navigates his divine mission, he must confront his doubts and insecurities while embracing his unconventional methods. Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter is a one-of-a-kind movie that brilliantly combines various genres, including comedy, horror, martial arts, and religious satire. The intentionally cheesy special effects and low-budget production infuse the film with a lively and rebellious spirit, making it a true cult classic. The movie celebrates inclusivity and encourages viewers to stand up against oppression, while also promoting community and social commentary. If you're a fan of irreverent comedy, this film is guaranteed to provide a delightful and unforgettable movie-watching experience.
And be thankful.
Ganja and Hess 1973. The film Ganja and Hess is a remarkable and thought-provoking horror piece from 1973 that left a significant impact on the genre, directed by Bill Gunn. It offers a fresh perspective on the vampire theme, incorporating elements of African-American culture, religious symbolism, and societal commentary to create a unique cinematic experience. The plot revolves around Dr. Hess Green, an anthropologist who becomes a vampire after being attacked with an ancient African artifact. He grapples with his newfound thirst for blood and immortality and the implications they hold. As the story progresses, Dr. Hess develops a complex relationship with Ganja Meader, the wife of his former assistant, as they navigate the complexities of addiction, power dynamics, and the search for redemption. Despite her initial revulsion toward the vampire, Ganja eventually gives in to her desires and joins Dr. Hess in his dark existence. Ganja and Hess is a unique and innovative film that blends elements of art house cinema with horror. It deals with themes of race, sexuality, addiction, and spirituality, and challenges conventional ideas of good and evil. The movie's dreamlike sequences, deliberate pacing, and atmospheric visuals create an eerie and thought-provoking experience. Its unconventional structure and poetic storytelling style have made it a cult classic and a significant achievement in African-American cinema. Ganja and Hess is not your typical vampire tale, but rather a deep exploration of identity, desire, and the human experience. It demonstrates the power of cinema to spark introspection and meaningful discussions. Bit 2019. The intriguing horror comedy film Bit narrates the story of a young transgender woman named Laurel who moves to Los Angeles to pursue her college education. Her life takes a sudden twist when she becomes involved with a group of feminist vampires that call themselves the Bite Club, under the leadership of the enigmatic Duke. Together, the group embarks on a mission to seek revenge against predatory men, and as Laurel gets caught up in their world, she discovers her own supernatural powers as a vampire. However, as she questions the group's methods and their impact on innocent people, tensions begin to rise. Laurel is faced with a difficult decision of choosing between her desire for justice and her moral compass, and ultimately she must decide how to use her newfound abilities for the greater good. Bit is a groundbreaking horror comedy film that fearlessly delves into themes of identity, feminism, and systematic oppression. It defies genre norms by seamlessly blending horror, comedy, and social commentary, resulting in an enthralling and impactful cinema experience. At its core is a transgender main character and a group of powerful women, delivering a contemporary and inclusive perspective. It boldly tackles issues of misogyny, consent, and abuse of power, shedding light on the struggles faced by marginalized communities. The film's use of blood and gore metaphorically underscores the violence inherent in societal power imbalances. The performances, led by the talented lead actress and ensemble cast, are truly captivating, adding layers of complexity to the characters and their journeys. With its stylish visuals and energizing soundtrack, Bit is a valuable contribution to the vampire genre, challenging conventions and promoting inclusivity. It's a thought-provoking and empowering film that leaves a lasting impact on its audience. Holy Blood 2022. The film Holy Blood is a delightful Spanish romantic comedy that includes horror and paranormal elements. This masterpiece was skillfully directed by Jesus Font and released in 2022. The story follows the life of a shy teenager named Javi, who develops a crush on a popular girl named Sarah. In an attempt to impress her, Javi hatches a bold plan to pretend to be a vampire. However, things take an unexpected turn when Sarah becomes convinced that Javi is a real vampire. To make matters worse, a genuine vampire is lurking around, putting Sarah in grave danger. Javi must utilize his vampire skills to protect Sarah and keep her out of harm's way. Holy Blood, a film belonging to the genre of teen vampire comedies, is a delightful and amusing watch. However, it also has a tender and touching side that adds depth and emotion to the storyline. The acting in the movie is genuinely impressive, with Oscar Casas's portrayal of Javi being particularly endearing and memorable. The humor in the film is quite hilarious, and will undoubtedly leave the audience in fits of laughter. Additionally, the thrilling parts of the story are genuinely exhilarating and will keep viewers on the edge of their seats. While the storyline may be somewhat predictable, the movie is still thoroughly entertaining and is an excellent addition to the genre of teen comedies. The Fearless Vampire Killers, 1967. In 1967, the eminent and acclaimed filmmaker Roman Polanski helmed a timeless horror comedy classic entitled The Fearless Vampire Killers. The film's narrative unfolds in the captivating and enigmatic Transylvanian countryside, where Professor Abronsius, portrayed by the talented Jack McGowran, and his loyal assistant Alfred, played by Roman Polanski himself, embark on a dangerous mission to eradicate vampires from existence. Along the way, they encounter the stunningly beautiful Sarah, as portrayed by the late Sharon Tate, who captures the attention of the charismatic Count von Krolok, played by Ferdy Mayne. Nevertheless, the determined duo remain steadfast in their quest to rescue Sarah and end the vampire regime, leading them on an exhilarating and comical journey through a foreboding and eerie castle teeming with the undead. Roman Polanski's The Fearless Vampire Killers seamlessly blends the horror and comedy genres to create a truly exceptional cinematic masterpiece. With stunning visual effects and standout performances, particularly from Jack McGowran and Sharon Tate, this film delivers an unparalleled viewing experience. What truly sets it apart, however, is its fresh and innovative take on vampire mythology, which has earned it a devoted fan base and cemented its status as a beloved cult classic in the horror film world.
A human?
Twilight, 2008. The Twilight is a truly captivating romantic fantasy film skillfully directed by Catherine Hardwicke. It's based on the trendy novel by Stephanie Meyer. The movie tells the story of Bella Swan, portrayed by Kristen Stewart, a young woman who relocates to the peaceful town of Forks, Washington, and Edward Cullen, played by Robert Pattinson, a fascinating and mysterious vampire. Their love story is both forbidden and intriguing as they navigate the complexities of their supernatural world and the differences that separate them. The movie takes a thrilling turn with the arrival of a clan of bloodthirsty vampires, leading to a dramatic confrontation between the two groups. With an impressive cast, stunning visuals, and an enchanting soundtrack, The Twilight is a must-see film for any fan of the romantic fantasy genre. The Twilight captures Stephanie Meyer's world's romance, fantasy, and teenage drama. Director Catherine Hardwicke immerses viewers in the atmospheric town of Forks, with Kristen Stewart giving a compelling performance as Bella and Robert Pattinson as the conflicted immortal vampire Edward. The stunning visuals, haunting soundtrack, and palpable chemistry add depth to the storytelling, exploring themes of identity, sacrifice, and the complexities of love. Despite debates about its merits, The Twilight has undeniably impacted popular culture, drawing young adults to its passionate and forbidden love story and offering a captivating escape into a world of supernatural love and danger.
No! Him?
What is going on?
Hey, what's going on, son? It's what's coming
Near Dark, 1987. Near Dark, the 1987 film directed by Catherine Bigelow, tells a captivating vampire tale. The story follows Caleb Colton, a young man enamored with the mysterious May. Unbeknownst to him, May is a part of a group of nomadic vampires led by the charismatic Jesse Hooker. Caleb's life takes a dramatic turn when he's accidentally turned into a vampire, forcing him to choose between his love for May and his new lifestyle. As Caleb navigates his new existence, he must confront the brutal world of nocturnal predators and make a life-changing decision about his humanity. I highly recommend the cinematic masterpiece Near Dark for those who enjoy vampire movies. This film artfully combines elements of horror, romance, and Western themes to create a truly captivating and eerie atmosphere that'll leave a lasting impression. The performances by Adrian Pasdar and Jenny Wright are hauntingly beautiful, and the cinematography and score are equally impressive. This film's exploration of moral ambiguity and primal instincts makes it different from others in the genre, which offers a unique and thought-provoking perspective on vampire mythology. Overall, Near Dark is a must-see for anyone who appreciates masterful filmmaking and a truly unique cinematic experience.
Stand and resist, knowing that Christ our Lord brings your plans to...
Martin, 1977. George A. Romero's Martin, 1977, is a horror film that leaves a lasting impression. The movie follows the story of a young man named Martin, played by John Amplas, who believes he's an 84-year-old vampire. Martin resides in a rundown neighborhood with his elderly cousin Cuda, played by Lincoln Marzel, and struggles with his thirst for blood while trying to navigate the complexities of modern society. As Martin works with his vampiric tendencies, his deeply religious cousin engages in a battle of wills with him. This led to a captivating exploration of morality, identity, and the essence of evil. The cinematic work of art known as Martin is a true masterpiece, offering a profound exploration of vampirism's psychological and societal implications. Through the skilled and masterful direction of George A. Romero and the exceptional performances of the cast, the film effectively challenges traditional notions of morality and identity, urging viewers to engage in contemplation and introspection. The open-ended conclusion of the story further invites discourse and interpretation, ultimately making for an incredibly thought-provoking experience that will stay with audiences long after the credits have rolled.
Create you. And in the name of Satan, I place a curse upon you. Go ahead.
Black Sunday, 1960. Black Sunday, the 1960 film, also known as The Mask of Satan, is a spooky gothic horror movie directed by Mario Bava. It takes place in 17th century Moldavia and follows the story of Princess Asa Vajda, played by Barbara Steele, a witch accused of practicing dark magic and sentenced to death by her brother. Before her execution, Asa swears vengeance on her family's descendants. Many years later, a doctor and his assistant inadvertently awaken Asa from her tomb, leading to a terrifying chain of events as she tries to take over the body of her innocent descendant, Katya, played by Barbara Steele. Asa's revival sets the stage for a thrilling battle between good and evil, with the fate of the living hanging in the balance. If you're a fan of gothic horror, then Black Sunday is an absolute masterpiece you don't want to miss. Mario Bava directed this movie, which expertly uses visuals to create a haunting and oppressive atmosphere. The cinematography is stunning, with intricate set designs that add to the film's eerie feel. Barbara Steele is outstanding in her dual role as both the evil Princess Asa and the vulnerable Katya. The film's narrative perfectly blends supernatural terror and human drama, exploring themes of vengeance, possession, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. Overall, Black Sunday is a suspenseful and immersive experience that'll keep you on the edge of your seat.
I don't want to be a vampire. I'm a day person.
Once Bitten, 1985. Once Bitten is a horror comedy film directed by Howard Storm. The movie revolves around Mark Kendall, played by the one and only Jim Carrey, a high school student who catches the eye of a seductive and age-old female vampire named Countess, played by Lauren Hutton. To maintain her youth, the Countess must find a virgin male victim and drink their blood 3 times before Halloween. Mark, determined to save his relationship with his girlfriend Robin and his own life, navigates the humorous yet challenging task of avoiding the insatiable Countess while preserving his innocence. With the help of his eccentric best friend Jamie, Mark embarks on a quest to find the perfect woman to satisfy the Countess's thirst for blood, leading to a series of comedic mishaps and unexpected romantic encounters. Once Bitten is an entertaining and delightful horror comedy flick that showcases Jim Carrey's early comedic prowess. The movie masterfully blends vampire folklore with teenage romance and comedic shenanigans, providing a pleasurable and amusing viewing experience. Carrey's portrayal of Mark Kendall is lively and captivating, exhibiting his distinctive physical humor and impeccable comedic timing. The film's humor is undoubtedly its greatest asset, brimming with witty one-liners, slapstick moments, and comical scenarios that keep the viewers in stitches. The amusing camaraderie between Carrey and Thomas Bellatore's Jamie adds an extra layer of hilarity to the movie. New Moon, 2009. The film New Moon, released in 2009, is the second installment of the famous Twilight movie series. Adapted from Stephanie Meyer's novel, it tells the love story on Edward Cullen and Bella Swan. After experiencing a difficult event, Edward decides to leave Bella for her safety. Heartbroken and shattered, Bella finds solace in her friendship with Jacob Black, who has a secret of his own, a werewolf. As Bella gets closer to Jacob, she uncovers the intricacies of their world and is faced with a tough decision between her love for Edward and her growing affection for Jacob. The movie delves into love, devotion, and self-discovery themes against a supernatural backdrop. If you happen to be a Twilight enthusiast or just someone who enjoys a good supernatural romance, New Moon is an absolute must-see movie that delves deeper into the emotional struggles of its characters. Kristen Stewart's portrayal of Bella is nothing short of raw and moving, and the intricate love triangle between Bella, Edward, and Jacob adds a level of complexity that truly elevates the story. Its stunning visual effects and powerful soundtrack combine seamlessly to immerse audiences in a spellbinding world of vampires and werewolves. While it may not be everyone's cup of tea, New Moon is a captivating addition to the series that will undoubtedly have fans clamoring for more.
Peekaboo! No.
Hotel Transylvania, 2012. The 2012 movie Hotel Transylvania is a fun animated comedy directed by Genndy Tartakovsky. It takes place in a secluded resort called Hotel Transylvania, owned and run by Count Dracula, voiced by Adam Sandler. The hotel is a haven for monsters, keeping them hidden from the human world. When an ordinary human named Jonathan, as declared by Andy Samberg, accidentally discovers the hotel, he falls in love with Dracula's teenage daughter, Mavis, voiced by Selena Gomez, causing chaos for Dracula. He must find a way to protect his guests and daughter from the unexpected presence of a human, while also dealing with his prejudices and fears. The movie provides viewers with a hilarious and heartwarming adventure, monster mishaps, comedic misunderstandings, and a message of acceptance and love. The animated feature, Hotel Transylvania, is a true gem that caters to many audiences. It boasts an exceptional portrayal of acceptance and empathy, brought to life through its captivating characters, lively animation, and witty humor. With the star-studded cast of Adam Sandler and Selena, this heartwarming and entertaining production creates a mysteriously enchanting atmosphere, leaving its viewers completely spellbound. Families searching for an amusing and action-packed escapade will undoubtedly find this delightful animation the perfect choice. Slayer, 2006. Slayer is a thrilling 2006 action horror film skillfully directed by Kevin Van Hook. The movie revolves around a fearless group of young vampire slayers who embark on a dangerous mission to confront the Master, a powerful ancient vampire. The team, led by the charismatic and determined Hawk, played by the talented Casper Van Dien, is tasked with preventing the Master from unleashing darkness and chaos worldwide. The film boasts an exciting blend of action, horror, and fantasy, with heart-pumping fight scenes and eerie, otherworldly encounters that will leave you on the edge of your seat. While Slayer may not be groundbreaking, it's a captivating watch for fans of the genre who love a good action-packed adventure with a supernatural twist. Slayer, released in 2006, is an action-packed horror film that delivers on its promise of vampire-slaying chaos. The movie boasts a talented cast led by Casper Van Dien, who portrays the confident leader of a group of young vampire hunters. With thrilling fight scenes, supernatural encounters, and a touch of humor, Slayer guarantees an exciting viewing experience for fans of action horror. While it doesn't necessarily introduce anything new to the genre, the film's fast-paced action and charismatic performances make it a solid choice for anyone looking for a fun and adrenaline-fueled vampire-slaying adventure. The Twilight Saga: Eclipse, 2010. It's the third sequel of the Twilight Saga, Eclipse, and continues the captivating romantic and supernatural journey of Bella Swan as she navigates her complex emotions toward vampire Edward Cullen and her friendship with werewolf Jacob Black. As Bella approaches graduation, the peace between the vampire Cullen family and the werewolf Quileute tribe is threatened by a string of mysterious killings. Bella soon finds herself in the middle of the escalating conflict and must make a difficult decision that will determine her fate and the fate of both supernatural groups. The film touches upon themes of love, loyalty, and the delicate balance between love and duty in the face of danger. Enthusiasts of the celebrated Twilight Saga can delight in the latest edition, Eclipse. Director David Slade expertly merges romance and action, resulting in captivating scenes that delve into themes of devotion and selflessness. Actress Kristen Stewart's unwavering portrayal of the leading character Bella brings depth and conviction to the film's atmosphere, albeit some viewers may find the emotional intensity overpowering. Nonetheless, Eclipse remains true to the series' heart and provides its followers with a highly satisfying viewing experience. Vampire's Kiss, 1988. In the 1988 film Vampire's Kiss, directed by Robert Bierman, we follow the story of Peter Lowe, played by Nicolas Cage, a quirky yuppie living in New York City. Peter becomes fixated on vampires and immortality, leading him down a dark path when he meets Rachel, played by Jennifer Beals, whom he believes to be a vampire. As his delusions consume him, Peter's behavior becomes increasingly erratic as he mimics vampire mannerisms and participates in strange rituals. This obsession causes him to push away his friends, jeopardize his job, and strain his relationships. The movie explores themes of addiction, identity, and sanity as Peter spirals into madness, blurring the line between reality and fantasy. If you're a fan of dark humor and exceptional acting, you might want to consider giving Vampire Kiss a try. The director, Bierman, sets a somber mood that effectively portrays the main character's descent into madness. Nicolas Cage's portrayal of Peter Lowe is intense and unforgettable, thanks to his manic energy. This unique blend of comedy and horror offers a satirical critique of yuppie culture and explores the consequences of uncontrolled desires. Although some viewers may find the plot disjointed and certain scenes overly prolonged, the film's examination of obsession makes it a captivating watch. Vampire's Kiss may not be everyone's cup of tea, but those who appreciate unconventional storytelling and Cage's eccentricity will want to check it out. Blood for Dracula, 1974. Blood for Dracula is a horror movie in 1974 directed by Paul Morrissey. It gives a unique tale on the classic vampire tale. The plot follows Count Dracula, played by Udo Kier, a centuries-old vampire who needs pure virgin blood to survive. In search of his next victims, he travels to Italy and targets their aristocratic families. However, Dracula's plans are disrupted when he discovers that the women he meets are not as innocent as he thought. His deteriorating health and weakened state make him vulnerable to their advances. His condition worsens as he tries to find a pure virgin, leading to darkly comedic and bloody situations. The film is a blend of horror and satire, exploring themes such as lust, morality, and the decay of aristocratic society. It presents a subversive twist on the traditional vampire narrative, exposing the contradictions and hypocrisies of the upper class. Blood for Dracula presents a distinctive and enjoyable approach to the vampire genre. Its director, Paul Morrissey, skillfully blends horror and satire to deliver a darkly humorous experience. Udo Kier's exceptional portrayal of Count Dracula exposes the vampire's weaknesses and hopelessness. The film also delves into the dishonesties of a decaying aristocratic society, lending profundity and social commentary. Despite its modest production values, Blood for Dracula has garnered a cult following among enthusiasts of alternative cinema. Vampires, 1998. If you're in the mood for an action-packed horror film, Vampires from 1998 is a must-see. In this captivating flick, Jack Crow and his team of Vatican-employed vampire hunters go on a crucial mission to eliminate the notorious vampire Valak. They encounter various challenges and human and vampire adversaries while pursuing Valak across the southwest United States. Along the way, they meet a prostitute named Katrina, who becomes involved in their mission. With thrilling action, horror, and suspense, Vampires is a gripping tale of the hunter's race against time to stop Valak from fulfilling his sinister desires. Vampires is a thrilling vampire movie directed by John Carpenter with impressive practical effects and makeup. James Woods delivers an exceptional performance as the tough vampire hunter, and the action scenes keep the audience on the edge of their seats. While lacking in character development, the film offers an engaging and unforgettable cinematic experience for fans of Carpenter's unique style and vampire enthusiasts.
I'm not moving on again. I had to do it! One day you'll understand. What? When I'm old, you have no
Byzantium, 2012. The 2012 film Byzantium, directed by Neil Jordan, follows the story of Eleanor and Clara, a mother and daughter who are vampires that have lived for centuries. The two are on the run from a dangerous vampire group and settle in a small coastal town called Byzantium. While Eleanor develops a connection with a young man named Frank, confiding their secret and endangering their safety, Clara gets involved in the dangerous world of prostitution. The film explores their past through flashbacks, revealing the circumstances that led to their immortal existence. As their pursuers close in, they must confront their past, make tough choices, and fight for survival. Byzantium explores love, sacrifice, and redemption themes, examining the complexities of eternal life and the human experience. If you're a fan of vampire stories that are beautifully crafted and thought-provoking, then Byzantium is a must-see film. It explores themes of female empowerment and the yearning for connection while balancing horror elements with insightful humanity. The performances by Saoirse Ronan and Gemma Arterton are impressive, and the stunning visuals are a feast for the eyes. The non-linear narrative weaves past and present to unveil their backstory, and while the pacing may be slow for some, it rewards patience with rich character development. Overall, Byzantium is a captivating film perfect for those who appreciate introspective vampire stories. Isle of the Dead, 1945. For those with a penchant for horror, Isle of the Dead is an absolute must-see film that will undoubtedly have you perched on the edge of your seat. Set on a desolate Greek island amidst the turmoil of the 19th century Greek War of Independence, the movie follows a group of individuals seeking refuge from the chaos. However, their plans are soon thwarted when they find themselves stranded on the island, with a mysterious and deadly plague quickly spreading amongst them. As they attempt to unravel the cause of the outbreak, they're forced to confront the possibility of supernatural forces at work. Themes of isolation, paranoia, and the very nature of evil add to the eerie atmosphere, rendering this movie a true masterpiece of the horror genre. With its captivating storyline and thrilling plot twists, Isle of the Dead will leave you spellbound. The exceptional performance of Boris Karloff as General Nicholas Faridis explores themes of fear, paranoia, and the blurred line between sanity and insanity. Its focus on building an unsettling ambiance and psychological tension makes it a captivating and enthralling experience for viewers. Let Me In, 2010. Let Me In is a captivating horror movie about a young, isolated boy who finds an unlikely friend in a girl who just moved in next door. As their friendship grows, the boy discovers that the girl is a vampire, but despite her need for blood, they develop a deep and meaningful bond. The themes of friendship, loyalty, and morality are explored throughout the movie as the two protagonists face challenging situations that test their relationship. With its intriguing plot and well-developed characters, Let Me In is a must-watch for fans of the horror genre. I recently watched Let Me In, and I must say it's a horror movie that truly captivates its audience. The film does an excellent job of delving into the emotional lives of its characters, portraying their experiences with authenticity and depth. Cody Smith-McPhee and Chloe Grace Moretz deliver exceptional acting performances that lend even more credibility to their unconventional relationship. The movie seamlessly blends horror elements with themes of loneliness, loss of innocence, and the moral complexities of vampire mythology. It kept me on the edge of my seat and left me with much food for thought. Overall, Let Me In provides a thought-provoking viewing experience that will leave a lasting impression on anyone who watches it.
What was that? Karen!
Cave of the Living Dead, 1964. Cave of the Living Dead is a spine-chilling horror film in the mysterious Transylvania region. The plot explores a series of brutal murders that have taken place in the village, prompting Professor Lampini and his assistant to embark on a dangerous mission to uncover the truth. As they delve deeper into their investigation, they stumble upon the tomb of Count Frankenhausen, a notorious vampire said to be the cause of the village's affliction. With the clock ticking, the duo must race against time to end the vampire's reign of terror before it claims the lives of more innocent victims and engulfs the entire village in darkness. If you're a fan of classic horror and seeking a nostalgic experience that will send shivers down your spine, Cave of the Living Dead is highly recommended. The timeless classic in the vampire horror genre evokes the essence of the Gothic style that was popular during its release. The eerie Transylvanian village setting is a perfect backdrop for the dread that permeates the film. Although the plot may be formulaic, the movie delivers the expected Gothic atmosphere and traditional vampire lore.
This will be the first new work worthy of his name.
Bloodbath, 1966. Bloodbath is a captivating and thought-provoking narrative that centers around the life of Antonio Sordi, a gifted artist who also happens to be a vampire. He finds his muse in the murders of innocent women, which he uses to create his art. The story turns thrilling when a reporter decides to investigate these killings, putting herself in grave danger. This movie boasts breathtaking cinematography and a unique horror and art house aesthetics blend. Although it may not be as widely recognized as other cult classics, it's garnered a devoted following among unconventional and obscure cinema fans. It's a remarkable horror film that seamlessly blends elements of art house style with horror themes. Despite its challenging production history, it captivates audiences with its visually stunning and unconventional plot. William Campbell's performance as the disturbed vampire artist only adds to the movie's intensity. While it may not have been a mainstream success, it remains a favorite among fans who appreciate unique and unconventional horror experiences. Let's Scare Jessica to Death, 1971. Let's Scare Jessica to Death is a gripping psychological horror movie directed by John D. Hancock in 1971. The film's storyline revolves around Jessica, a psychiatric patient who moves to a secluded farmhouse with her husband and a friend. Soon after they arrive, strange things happen, and Jessica becomes increasingly paranoid about who she can trust. The movie's focus on psychological horror sets it apart, and Zora Lampert's captivating portrayal of Jessica brings a thin layer of intensity to the viewing experience. It's no wonder that Let's Scare Jessica to Death has become a cult classic in the genre. The psychological horror film does leave a lasting impression. Zora Lampert's portrayal of Jessica is captivating as she takes us on a journey into the depths of her madness with vulnerability and intensity. The film skillfully creates an unsettling and eerie atmosphere, blending psychological terror with subtle horror moments. While the pacing may be slow for some viewers, the film's exploration of Jessica's unraveling psyche and the ambiguity surrounding supernatural elements make it a standout in the genre. With haunting music and evocative cinematography, Let's Scare Jessica to Death is a chilling and unforgettable entry into psychological horror. Death Dream, 1974. Death Dream is a horror movie directed by Bob Clark in 1974. It tells the story of the Brooks family, devastated to hear that their son, Andy, played by Richard Backus, has been killed in Vietnam. However, to their shock and disbelief, Andy comes home as an undead version of himself. Andy's presence has a disturbing effect on the family and the community. His behavior becomes increasingly erratic, and the Brooks family struggles to accept his return. They must confront the horrifying truth behind Andy's resurrection and the dark forces at play. Death Dream is a commentary on the effects of trauma and how it can transform individuals and tear families apart. It explores themes of loss, guilt, and the psychological toll of war. The film's tense atmosphere and emotional depth create a gripping and unsettling narrative while exploring the psychological effects of war. It's a poignant film that delves into grief, guilt, and trauma themes. Director Bob Clark balances horror elements with social commentary, making it a standout in the genre. Despite its slow pacing, Death Dream leaves a lasting impact on viewers, raising important questions about the toll of war on soldiers and their families. It's a haunting and captivating movie that blends horror with social commentary.
As we live, you will learn the pain.
Bloodsuckers from Outer Space, 1984. Bloodsuckers from Outer Space is an amusing science fiction horror movie in a small Texas town. In this film, ferocious aliens that resemble vampires invade the community, posing a dangerous extraterrestrial threat. However, a group of unlikely heroes unite to defend their town and fight against the alien invasion. This movie is a clever tribute to B-movie horror, featuring elements of comedy, graphic practical effects, and exaggerated performances that add to its charm. The 1984 sci-fi horror film Bloodsuckers from Outer Space is a fun and campy movie that intentionally embraces the B-movie aesthetic. Director Glenn Colburn's use of low-budget effects adds to the film's charm, making it an enjoyable experience for fans of cult classics. The humor in the movie is a mix of slapstick comedy and witty one-liners, creating moments of genuine laughter despite occasional imperfect timing. Although the gory practical effects may seem crude by today's standards, they add to the film's charm and harken back to the era of realistic effects-driven horror films. While Bloodsuckers from Outer Space may not be everyone's cup of tea, it's an entertaining watch for those who appreciate campy humor and a nostalgic homage to the genre. The film is a cult favorite among fans of low-budget horror and sci-fi due to its willingness to embrace its limitations and lean into its schlocky charm. The Keep, 1983. The Keep is a supernatural horror thriller directed by Michael Mann, set during World War II. The story follows German soldiers stationed at an old fortress in the Romanian mountains, unaware that an ancient evil force resides within them. As the soldiers start disappearing, a mysterious stranger named Glaken, played by Scott Glenn, arrives at the fortress. Glaken has unique powers to confront and battle the evil entity. Together with a Jewish historian, portrayed by Ian McKellen, and the Keep's caretaker's daughter, as played by Alberta Watson, they must uncover the secrets of the Keep and find a way to defeat the ancient evil before it consumes them. The Keep blends supernatural horror, war, and mythology elements and explores themes of redemption, sacrifice, and the enduring nature of evil. It delves into the characters' struggles with their past and choices in the face of an evil force threatening their lives and souls. If you're a fan of atmospheric horror, then The Keep is a must-see film. It offers a unique blend of supernatural elements and war drama that's visually stunning. The mesmerizing score by Tangerine Dream perfectly complements the haunting visuals, creating an eerie and unforgettable world. While some viewers may find the complex narrative and pacing challenging, its cult following proves it's worth exploring for those who appreciate its unique appeal.
Dick boy.
Outback Vampires, 1987. Have you had the pleasure of experiencing the cinematic gem that is Outback Vampires? This beloved horror comedy film first graced the silver screen in 1987 and takes place in a charming Australian town suddenly besieged by a family of vampires led by the notorious Count Outback himself. The plot follows the exploits of a young couple and an eccentric scientist as they band together to combat the bloodthirsty creatures. Despite its modest budget, the film has amassed a devoted fan base, largely thanks to its unique fusion of horror, humor, and heartwarming moments. The movie follows a group of travelers stranded in the Australian outback and comes across a secluded town where vampires plague. Eggleston's direction and screenplay blend vampire mythology with quirky humor, resulting in a light-hearted and enjoyable film. The cast's low-budget charm and over-the-top performances add to its campy appeal. Although it may not have the most profound storytelling or high production values, Outback Vampires offers a nostalgic and entertaining experience for fans of cult horror comedies. The film's mix of slapstick comedy, gory practical effects, and Australian outback charm make it a must-watch for those seeking a fun and light-hearted vampire romp. The Lair of the White Worm, 1988. If your taste is the eerie and macabre, The Lair of the White Worm should be at the top of your list of must-see films. This cinematic masterpiece is an adaptation of Bram Stoker's novel. It follows a group of individuals fighting against a vicious and ancient creature terrorizing a quaint English village. The film's dreamlike visuals and exploration of themes such as mythology, sexuality, and the eternal struggle between good and evil will keep you spellbound. Get ready for an experience that will give you goosebumps and have you at the edge of your seat. If you love horror movies with a twist, check out The Lair of the White Worm. Directed by Ken Russell, it's a perfect blend of horror, humor, and surrealism. Hugh Grant stars in an unexpected horror role, adding to the movie's charm. It's visually stunning, filled with surreal and imaginative images. The plot might only sometimes make sense, but it reveals its weirdness, delivering on its promises of absurdity and unique horror. You'll love this one if you enjoy campy horror movies with a distinct style. It's a refreshing take on the horror genre that offers a break from traditional horror movies. Sundown, The Vampire in Retreat, 1989. The 1989 movie Sundown, The Vampire in Retreat, directed by Anthony Hickox, is a horror comedy film that approaches the vampire genre with a fresh and humorous perspective. The story occurs in Purgatory, a remote desert town where vampires reside in peace and attempt to live a non-blood-sucking lifestyle. However, when the vampire leader, Count Margulac, played by David Carradine, decides to abandon their peaceful ways and terrorize humanity, a vampire hunter named Van Helsing, played by Bruce Campbell, arrives in Purgatory to stop his plans. Van Helsing teams up with the town's sheriff and a young vampire girl to save humans and vampires from Margulac's reign of terror. As the showdown between Van Helsing and Margulac approaches, the film blends comedy, action, and horror to explore themes of redemption, acceptance, and the battle between good and evil. It provides a humorous take on vampire mythology while incorporating elements of Western and sci-fi genres. If you're a fan of horror comedy movies that mix Western and sci-fi genres, Sundown, The Vampire in Retreat is an entertaining and unique choice. The film takes a humorous and playful approach, making it a hidden gem with a talented cast and clever writing. It's worth checking out for fans of the genre. Magic Cop, 1990. Magic Cop is an action comedy film set in Hong Kong with supernatural elements. It follows Officer Ying, a skilled police officer who is also a master of Taoist magic. When bizarre crimes occur in the city, Ying teams up with a wisecracking fellow officer and an eccentric Taoist master to investigate. They discover a powerful sorcerer using dark magic to cause chaos. The team must use their magical abilities to protect the innocent and defeat the sorcerer, facing dangerous creatures. The film features thrilling action sequences, mystical spells, and humor, showcasing the unique blend of supernatural elements and martial arts. The film blends martial arts, Taoist magic, and humor for a captivating and unique viewing experience. Michael Wong and Lam Ching Ying's performances add to the film's appeal, and the well-executed fight scenes and comedic moments make it stand out. If you're a fan of Hong Kong cinema or looking for a fun action comedy with a twist of magic, Magic Cop is a must-watch. Scooby-Doo and the Legend of the Vampire, 2003. The 2003 animated adventure Scooby-Doo and the Legend of the Vampire is a delightful addition to the beloved Scooby-Doo franchise. It blends mystery, comedy, and music to provide an entertaining and family-friendly experience. The voice cast delivers enjoyable performances, with iconic characters staying true to their familiar personalities. The film's vibrant animation captures the charm and humor of the Scooby-Doo universe. The story follows the formulaic structure of Scooby-Doo mysteries, offering a satisfying blend of clues, red herrings, and the villain's unmasking. Set in Australia, the gang attends a music festival only to discover a vampire is causing chaos. Along the way, they meet a rock band and a vampire hunter, uncover hidden secrets, and unmask suspects. The musical numbers enhance their lively and upbeat atmosphere, adding extra fun to the film. Although the storytelling may not break new ground, Scooby-Doo and the Legend of the Vampire remains true to the franchise's spirit, providing nostalgic entertainment for fans of all ages. It's a light-hearted and enjoyable film that maintains the core elements that have made Scooby-Doo an enduring and beloved cartoon. Vampire Cop Ricky, 2006. Vampire Cop Ricky is a fascinating Japanese movie blending action and horror genres with great skill. The film is about a detective named Ricky, played by Kim Soo-ro, who becomes a vampire while investigating a vampire gang. As he struggles to control his new powers, he must protect innocent people from the vampire's deadly attacks. This movie's unique combination of humor, horror, and action make it special, which creates a distinctive and entertaining viewing experience. The exaggerated vampire mythology and thrilling fight scenes add to the excitement, keeping the audience engaged. Despite its low budget and campy style, the film's charm lies in its unconventional approach to the vampire genre. Although Vampire Cop Ricky may not appeal to everyone, it's developed a cult following due to its distinctiveness. This movie is a must-see for horror fans as it offers a thrilling and entertaining viewing experience. The Forsaken, 2001. If you're a fan of vampire films and action horror, The Forsaken is a must-watch thriller that'll keep you at the edge of your seat. Directed by J.S. Cardone in 2001, the movie follows Sean, played by Kerr Smith, on a road trip across the United States, where he teams up with Nick, played by Brendan Fair, a mysterious hitchhiker, on a mission to destroy a group of vampires known as The Forsaken. With its captivating storyline, the film explores themes of loyalty, survival, and the fight between good and evil. It combines vampire mythology, action, and suspense, featuring high-speed chases, intense fight scenes, and a continuous sense of peril. While not groundbreaking in storytelling, The Forsaken provides an entertaining and thrilling experience. The movie's energetic pace, solid performances, and stylish visuals contribute to its appeal, making it a great choice for those seeking a fast-paced and engaging vampire thriller. Join Sean and Nick on their dangerous mission to track down and eliminate the Forsaken vampires before they spread their bloodthirsty curse forever. Vampire Clan, 2002. Vampire Clan is a film directed by John Webb that's based on a true story about a group of teenagers who become dangerously obsessed with vampires and the occult. The movie portrays their psychological manipulation within the group and how their obsession leads them to commit a brutal murder. The themes explored in Vampire Clan include the blurred lines between fantasy and reality, youth, subcultures, and alienation. The film highlights the power of charismatic leaders and the consequences of unchecked desires. Drew Fuller's portrayal of Rod Ferrell, the disturbed young man who leads the group, brings an unsettling authenticity to the characters. While the film received mixed reviews, it remains a compelling and disturbing portrayal of a true crime story. It's a cautionary tale about obsessions, dangers, and group dynamics' destructive potential. Vampire Clan is not for the faint of heart, but for those interested in true crime and psychological dramas, provides a chilling and thought-provoking viewing experience. Above all, it serves as a reminder of the darkness which lurks within ordinary individuals and the tragic consequences that can result. Priest, 2011. Have you seen the movie Priest that came out in 2011? It's a thrilling post-apocalyptic action film that puts a new spin on the vampire genre. The story is set in a world where humans and vampires have been at war for centuries. The protagonist, played by Paul Bettany, is a warrior priest with a troubled past. The movie has stunning visuals that mix gothic and futuristic elements, and the action scenes are intense and well choreographed. What sets Priest apart is how it explores themes like faith, redemption, and sacrifice in the face of darkness. The camaraderie between the warrior priest and his allies, including Maggie Q's fierce warrior priestess and Cam Giganday's resourceful sheriff, is also a standout aspect of the film. While Priest received mixed reviews, it's worth watching for its unique blend of genres and engaging performances. The movie successfully combines horror, western, and sci-fi elements to create a dark and thrilling world. If you're a fan of action-packed supernatural thrillers, Priest is an entertaining and visually captivating experience that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Vampire Dog, 2012. The movie Vampire Dog is a heartwarming and amusing tale that follows the journey of a young boy and his cherished pet dog, Fang. What sets this story apart is that Fang possesses unique vampire abilities, adding an element of thrill and mystery to their escapades. The challenges teach them valuable lessons about devotion, trust, and affection. The film is appropriate for all age groups and maintains a positive vibe, propagating empathy, benevolence, and inclusivity themes. With its perfect blend of humor, sentiment, and vampire traditions, Vampire Dog is a delightful and captivating movie that's certain to captivate viewers of all ages. The heartwarming story, endearing characters, and delightful vampire dog as the main character make this film an enjoyable experience for viewers of all ages. Although it may not be considered a masterpiece, its positive messages of friendship and acceptance make it a great choice for a family movie night. Vampire Dog has plenty of humor and heartwarming scenes to keep everyone entertained and laughing. Family Blood, 2018. Family Blood is a truly captivating cinematic experience that delves into the complex themes of addiction, family dynamics, and redemption. The story follows a divorced mother struggling with her addiction and trying to rebuild her life. She befriends a man named Christopher, who seems to understand her struggles and offers her support. However, she soon realizes that Christopher is a vampire, willing to do whatever it takes to control her and keep her under his influence. The film brings a unique perspective on the vampire genre by focusing on the psychological and emotional turmoil that the characters face. The exceptional performances and character-driven approach make it a thought-provoking watch that will leave you on the edge of your seat until the end. Throughout the movie, we witness the main character's desperate attempts to overcome her addiction and reconnect with her family. We see the impacts of her dependence on herself and her relationships with her children and ex-husband. The story raises important questions about the nature of addiction and recovery challenges. Overall, Family Blood is an intense and gripping horror thriller that offers much more than scares. It's a deeply moving and thought-provoking exploration of addiction, family, and the human condition. It's a must-watch if you enjoy movies that challenge and make you think. Bliss, 2019. Bliss is a gripping horror movie that delves into the story of Desi, a talented artist who struggles with creative block. In her search for inspiration, she turns to a new drug that initially helps her overcome her creative slump, but soon becomes a dangerous addiction that transforms her life into a nightmare. The movie explores the complex themes of addiction, creativity, and the dark side of artistic inspiration with raw and unflinching honesty. Visually stunning and immersive, Bliss takes viewers on a journey into the depths of obsession and madness. As Desi's art becomes increasingly disturbing and her grip on reality weakens, the line between art and violence blurs, leading to a shocking and unforgettable conclusion. It's important to note that the movie isn't suitable for all audiences due to its graphic and intense content. However, for those seeking an unconventional and visually stunning horror experience that delves into the complexities of addiction, Bliss is a must-see film that will leave a lasting impression. Jacob's Wife, 2021. Jacob's Wife is a 2021 horror film directed by Travis Stevens that tells the story of Anne Fedder, played by Barbara Crampton, a small-town minister's wife who undergoes a thrilling transformation after encountering a mysterious vampire, played by Bonnie Aarons. As Annie grapples with her newfound powers and thirst for blood, she begins questioning her role in her marriage and community, exploring themes of identity and empowerment. The film blends horror, dark comedy, and social commentary, offering a fresh perspective on the vampire genre. Barbara Crampton delivers an exceptional performance as Anne, showcasing her versatility as an actress. The film's excellent acting, atmospheric cinematography, and balance of gore and humor have earned it resounding praise and recognition for its innovative approach to the vampire narrative and exploration of themes such as female empowerment and societal expectations. Jacob's Wife is a unique and stimulating entry into the genre of modern horror cinema that offers viewers an exceptional cinematic experience. Rufus, 2012. The 2012 Canadian horror film Rufus tells the story of a mysterious young boy who arrives in a small town in Saskatchewan. As it turns out, Rufus is a vampire. However, contrary to popular belief, he's not a bloodthirsty monster. Rufus is a kind and gentle soul searching for a place where he belongs. Along the way, he befriends a group of local teenagers, including Tracy and Clay, and even finds a surrogate family in the form of Sheriff Hugh Wade and his wife Jennifer. Unfortunately, Rufus's presence in the town attracts unwanted attention from a group of vampire hunters who want to kill him. Rufus must use his newfound strength and courage to protect himself and the people he cares about. Rufus presents a refreshing perspective on the vampire genre by exploring the intricacies of acceptance and the desire to belong through its character-focused narrative. The young cast delivers exceptional performances, bringing depth and authenticity to their roles. Director Dave Schultz skillfully constructs a dark, moody world that complements the story's themes. While Rufus may not appeal to all audiences, those who appreciate a vampire film that delves into the heart and soul of its characters are sure to find it a fulfilling and thought-provoking experience. Hannah, Queen of the Vampires, 1973. If you're a fan of vintage horror cinema, Hannah, Queen of the Vampires is a must-see. The 1973 film, directed by Julio Salvador and starring Andrew Prine, takes us on a journey to Mexico, where strange and supernatural events occur. Bill, an investigator specializing in the occult, is embroiled in a deadly plot involving a vampire queen named Hannah, who seeks eternal life. As he delves deeper into the dark world of vampires and witchcraft, he discovers a group of followers devoted to Hannah's reign. With his knowledge of the occult, Bill must stop Hannah and her minions from accomplishing their evil plans. Despite its low production values, Hannah, Queen of the Vampires offers a unique blend of horror, occult themes, and a gothic atmosphere. The visuals and locations are haunting and gothic, giving the movie an eerie and mysterious beauty. While it may not have received critical acclaim, the film has become a cult favorite among fans of vintage horror cinema. The film's B-movie status adds to its charm, delivering a mix of supernatural elements and vampire lore. Its atmospheric visuals and eerie soundtrack have only added to its cult following. Kicking Blood, 2021. The film Kicking Blood tells the captivating tale of Anna, a modern-day vampire who yearns to be human once more. Despite her addiction to blood, Anna crosses paths with a charming, recovering alcoholic named Robbie, who inspires her to take action. Together, they confront the challenges of their respective dependencies and deliberate whether they're prepared to leave behind their past lives for a chance at a new beginning. Will Anna overcome her addiction to blood and realize her aspirations of becoming human again? You'll have to watch the movie to find out. Kicking Blood is an exceptional movie that explores the captivating themes of addiction, redemption, and the power of love. The film takes time to build up its narrative, resulting in a slow-burning yet thought-provoking experience that will leave a lasting impression. Alana Bale's standout performance as Anna is simply outstanding, and the director, Blaine Thurier, has done an excellent job of creating a dark and atmospheric world that perfectly complements the story. While the movie may not be everyone's cup of tea, those who invest in its characters and story will find it highly rewarding. Overall, Kicking Blood is a refreshingly unique take on the vampire genre, with a focus on character development over action. Kicking Blood should be at the top of your watch list if you're in the mood for an enthralling, character-driven vampire flick. Marvelous verdict. The vampire genre is rich and varied, with films ranging from classic horror to modern comedies. There's something for everyone on this list of 100 vampire movies to binge watch, whether you're a fan of the traditional blood-sucking monster or prefer vampires with a more modern twist. You'll surely find something to enjoy on this list. No matter your taste in vampire movies, you'll surely find something to enjoy on this list. So, curl up with some popcorn and a good beverage and start your vampire movie marathon today.